All right. Everybody should be good and loosened up now, ready to go for some more. Got to take a break, got some water. I'm going to reintroduce myself. I'm James Bowman. You can call me JD. Studied, like I said, I'm going to write it down and tell you how many. I don't know. But my highest rank is 8 down in Go-To, 6 down in Taekwondo. I got Shoryuken, I got Shuriru, I got Aikido. Somebody over there. You got trouble. But what we're working on today is some kata. And years ago, when I first, started when I was 8, that was 40-something years ago, but kata bored me to death. I had no idea why we had to do it, but in order to go to the next level, we had to learn this. A guy came to my studio some years ago and said, I want to show you something. So he started breaking them down for me, and I'm like, wait a minute, now I got to go and start all over again. Now, in my mind, I've got about close to 60 katas that I can do right now, beginning to end. But then when you start looking at them, they're all the same. A block is a block, a punch is a punch, a kick is a kick. You turn this way, you turn that way, you go this way, you go that way. But it's still, why are we doing this? So, the basis of this is, we're going to work on mainly blocking. Kata blocking, and when you start seeing what I'm doing, you start putting it in your kata and realizing why you're doing it. Low block, high block, outside block, knife hand block, double knife hand block. Depending upon the system, they call it certain things. But they still all done pretty much the same way. I said something to you two earlier about it. The prepare for the block is a block in itself. The prepare for the block is a strike in itself. All blocks are strikes, all strikes are blocks, all blocks are locks. Make sense?
It will.
Okay. For instance, okay, come toward me. We got an inside block, right? Punch toward me, that's a lock. Not just, the block actually comes here, the prepare. Most of our blocks start behind the ear. Okay? From here, there's the block. Now, if you watch, I'll do it slow first. Come again, inside block, prepare, inside block. Same motion. All I did was inside block, inside block. But I'm using it, again, as any contact is going to be a strike. Strike, strike. Right? Prepare. That comes up again. Here is your lock again. Inside block. But the feet got to move. Go here. Now I'm also going to use this prepare as a strike. So I'm still preparing for the block, which is going to be a strike and a strike. Come around, strike and strike. So the basis of the whole thing, the basis of the whole thing is showing you how each prepare for each block is still a block. It's still a strike. You outside block or knife hand block. He punches, I'm up here. There you go. So the prepare for our block outside either comes here or the knife hand is still the same motion. So what I'm doing is moving offline, like you said. That's the first move. Yes. Here's the block. But here's the actual block. This will be the strike. And depending upon how deep in I want to get, behind the elbow, still the same move. All I did was, got in deep, he punched, I'm here, and then I can go into an inside block. Or I can go into this strike like this. Knife hand, inside, down block, and then come in for a high block. So it's still same moves, punch it, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all I did. And of course, I always got to worry about these hips. So we're coming through. But it's still knife hand block, inside block, down block, and high block. So each movement of the kata is your block, is your prepare. Grab here, ha. Low block. Either hand is inside the go. My prepare. Coming across. There's the strike. Now you can do closed hand, open hand. even break the eyes. There's your prepare in the block. Stay there. Let go, stay there. That's my prepare. I'm about to do down block. But now, from there I can go into this hand or this hand. If I want to go into an arm bar, I'm going with this one. No block. I can come this way, and there's the wrist lock. And then most katas stay down block, step forward, punch, right? There's my down block, step forward, and punch. So it's still same moves in every kata. Now some people do their prepares a little different. Some of them start here. Most of ours, one always go to the ear. And the reason it is, well, the reason I was told this was because to get to that ear, you have to go across your face. So if you're throwing a punch, and I'm going to the ear, I just block. Block, there's my strike. But that's only to prepare for the down block. So now I can come here. So it's prepare, block.
To start off with, that's kind of what I want to do.
Go inside block, high block, down block again. It's all in what motion I want to use. Up, up. Striking the points also. The pressure points, I'm not going to get into that, but every time you throw a punch and he comes in, I'm hitting something. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Knife hand block, the same thing. Some of them prepare pointing straight out and coming across. In Shotokan, our katas are here. In Taekwondo, our katas a little lower and then open as you come across. But it's still the same prepare. And throw. Where am I? There's my strike. There's my prepare. There's also my block. And then from there is the knife hand block. So I struck the throat once, twice. But all I did was that motion. We have a double knife hand block in Taekwondo that starts here. That's the prepare, that's the strike. He throws a punch, I can do that, and then strike, or I can go here. Remember what I said about the locks and the wrist locks? My motion is here, same motion. Make a little sense? Now I'm going to have to partner up with it a little bit and try it. I'm not just going to stand here and watch me go through this, and this. Anybody familiar with any of the katas? Taekwondo katas?
Just gave that.
Gave that? Okay. Same thing, same motions. That part is actually a block, and then we pull it in. That motion is also in Genkaku, which is the Shotokan kata. Basic move. Punch. I'm not gonna hit you, trust me. Prepare. And but it's the same thing I just did. All I did was 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let me say one more thing and then we're gonna match up a little bit. I trained with several guys at the same time. I was crazy at one time. This guy schooled this day, this guy schooled another day. And I kind of got mixed up on what I was doing. So I was taught that is an outside block. I also was taught that is an outside block. So one day, where I was taught this, I went inside. He looked at me and said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "That's the way you're supposed to do it." He said, "No, it's not how you do it. It comes outside." So I was like, okay. I went back to the other guy. I said, this guy said this was wrong. He said, never wrong, depending upon how you're looking at it. Now, the same thing with a wrist grab. Down block, boom, high block, boom. Depending upon what you want to inside, outside. But you also got to look at this. He said on coming outside, then you're going here. He said, but if you come inside, you're not striking here, you're striking here. Same motion, just done different. Yeah. He said there's never a wrong way. Depending upon what school you're in, what system you're under, determines how you do what you do. So like I said before, some of y'all here, don't empty your cup, just get another cup. That's it. So the way your instructor taught you was not wrong. The way I'm showing you, it's not wrong. It's just a different way of looking at it, and you can use it either way. He has me again, high block up or high block up. Inside, like I said, inside block. This is what I think. Coming on the outside, you don't want to go here because this is in the way. So you go here. But coming from this way, I'm not going to go here because that's there. But also, if I'm going this way, he got another hand. So if he's punching, other hand, then I can still use it. So the prepare is a block, and then the actual block is a block. 1-2 punch, 1, 2. Same block. Just he threw 2, I hit 1, 2. But if he only threw 1, then I can go 1, 2. Make sense? Okay, so we're gonna come out here, match up with somebody who's nobody, anybody, everybody, screaming. Okay, I'll take you, you take him. I'm gonna be in the middle so they can see both sides. That's it. And you two. Okay, so we're gonna start out with something basic. Grab both wrists. We're gonna do it based off of wrist block. We're gonna go an outside block. So, y'all got it? We're gonna step offline. We're gonna prepare. See how it crosses them up? And then we're gonna block. Now, make sure you hit that, make sure that arm goes out this way. So, step, prepare. Okay? Now, strike that hand with that block. Yeah, push it off. There you go. See? And that leaves him over here. You don't, he has no side to throw anything, because if he do, he got to move this forward. So if you hit it with that hand, that's it. So it's the same motion. So it's just prepare and block. Okay. Don't cross your feet. Step and pull. Because then you can go into an inside block, which is also an arm. There you go. That's all it is. Again. Go ahead. Go about 5 or 6 times. There you go. Both sides. No, make sure you do your prepare first. Remember, starting here, it's up first. There you go. Yeah. Woo, I like that. Yes. Yes. You can go inside. Yep, there you go. Everything is aligned. Yep. I was going to get that. Now you're doing it, that's fine. Yeah. Yep. It's all right there. Same position. Bring that other hand up. There you go. If you're going to do a down block, then you can strike that. Depending upon the block you want. If you want to strike one or the other. So if we here, you want to do down block, and then no prepared there, you want to go down. But if you want to go outside, you go here. If you want to go up, you can go here. Inside even works. What happened now is that motion. And he jumped ahead of me, but that's okay. The wrist locks are all there too. I have you. He went prepared. There's the wrist lock right there. Boom. Everything is still your prepare. But now, like you said earlier, why do we go here first? We're covering our center. Everything from here, if he throws a punch up here, is there. If he throws a punch here, it's there. If he throws something down there, it's there. And I heard you say this earlier, but this is something we do. You said, stop my front kick with your fist. We do that. He throws that front kick right there. Them 2 knuckles catches that shin. And then the low block actually goes in to either femoral or throat. So it's still the same motion, no matter what the attack is. And that's what makes Kata so fun. No matter what your attack is, and we're going to do this in a little bit, you're not going to change what you do because your attack will change what he does. Punch with the left hand. Punch with the right hand. My hand is still there waiting. And it depends on what block I decide to use next. Depends on what I'm going to do. But the hand We were taught some katas, closed fists all the way. We were taught some katas, open hand. Which is, depending upon what you're going to do, that's the way I am. If I want to catch you, then I'm going to open hand because now I want to go into that wrist lock. That motion, grab it. Same motion. All I did was kind of cover a little bit more. Caught it and brought it here. There's 1,000 wrist locks that I've seen. From here, boom, just a second. Right? That's in one of our times. Have you ever seen that move? Good move. Grab is that. All I'm doing is catching. But it's the same thing. It's just how you apply. Yeah, it's just, I grab, the hand goes underneath. Nope. Grab it there. Relax. Top that hand over. Now, just spin my hand, spin this hand. Grab that. There it is. All it is one. The way we practice is left hand over the top. We do it both ways. So left hand over the top. Spin it under, left hand is down on the bottom. Reach, grab your thumb joint, and pull it over. Pull it towards you. There you go. Listen. Yeah. That's it. So then, once I grab you, it's the same motion. There it is. You notice though, that hand cups up because you have me this way, and I do this. It's hard to get under there. You cup that hand up so you can do that. Yeah. And then that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, 6, 7, 8. Get the left hand, but the basis, same motion. Now what you do a high block. Prepare. Prepare for it, and then block the other hand. The other hand. Yes. Boom. There you go. See what you're doing? You're crossing me up first, and as I'm trying to pull away, that's it. And then it's just prepare for the block. Make sense? Outside block, knife hand block. Try them all. Go from down block, outside block, knife hand block. Yeah, all of them the same.
Same idea.
Yeah.
So, I'm giving you
You short, that's all. You just short it and then, boom, there you go. Boom. All of them, it's the same exact move, no matter what I do. Same move. There you go. Inside block, knife hand block. Now go from the knife hand, step over that way, knife hand. Now go to the inside block, which is that arm block. Yeah, that's your knife, inside. Now, from there, pull forward, then drop that down to a down drop. Nope, it's still down to a down, just drop that, boom. See where I went? And then your high block comes in. So everything, all the movements make me go where you want me to. So you go here, break, down, and boom. There you go. Y'all good so far? Okay. Where you gonna block the left hand? So that's something. Get out the hand, so it's really high. Heard that, man? Okay. So it's just high. Here it is. Every last one of those movements is still a block. Okay, now we're going to get to the good part. Here comes the good part. Okay. Sister, stop. What system? Stop. I'm the same way. It depends on what day it is. All right, I want you to take any form that you know. And I want you to count to Pick any number from 1 to 10. Okay? Good? Don't pick the same one since y'all the same system. Okay. Now, here's how we're going to do this. Since you're in front of me. Okay? Stand in your copy. Okay. What number did you pick? Okay. Show me the 5th move in that copy. Okay. I know that one too.
That's my instructor, my previous instructor, so
Okay.
I did something easy.
Okay. Doesn't matter. Okay. You have movement 5, right? Now, here's the thing I want you to do. Movement 5, 6, 7, and 8 of that copy should end any complication you get in, no matter what grade I got coming at you. And that goes with any copy you have. You get to that motion, no matter what I do, if you're not doing it, if you don't have it done within 3 to 4 moves, you did something wrong. Okay, so go to 5. Okay, now go to 6, 7, 8. See what I mean? Okay, go to 5. Now watch this. Don't move yet. 6, 7, 8. Okay, go back to 5. This is the fun part. But it works, trust me. 6, 7, and 8. Just because the guys behind you don't mean the fight is in front of you. The kata, just because it says go this way, doesn't mean you ever seen these. Most katas I've seen in karate systems all start, first 2 moves is always there. And when you ask somebody what does it mean, they'll say, well, the guy's coming at me with a kick, so I'm doing this. I'm like, really? Well, what if he's in front of you? You still gonna do this while he's coming this way? The fight is in front of you, so if it dictates the move to go that way, then you can either go here or go here. One of my instructors did this too. He put me in a square, just like this, and said, do your whole kata, don't step out of the square. And I said, couldn't figure it out first. But he wanted me to keep each point 1. Now, this next move would be here. But the motion he wants to see is this. So how do you get that motion? You step back. So the next move would be here. How do you get there? Turn this way. So it's still the same motion. Okay, go back to 5. 6, 7, 8. Okay, doesn't matter. Then go back to 5. This time, I got you here. Go ahead, let's move. See how that motion goes? Yep. Boom, and boom. Doesn't matter what the attack is, the motion is still going to be the same. You just change it just enough to make it work for you. Now, if you notice, when he did the shifts in your katas, throws, that's all they are. From here to here is a throw. Here is a throw. So if he had me from behind, and I went here, go ahead and lock on, keep that. Most of the time when I do this, I lock your arms in so you don't go over there. Boom, and then you make the throw. He just shifts. It's the same move. That's why we stress. I know you do and you do. You instruct yet? You should instruct. Stress that. Every time they make a turn, the hip is the turn. Don't just turn. Make sure everything moves. Okay, boom, and turn. That's where you're getting that power from. For instance, he throws a punch and I go, here. When I get ready to hit this, it's coming from here. Not just, think about this. And I tell people this all the time, and I'm sure you probably heard it. It's the opposite way of what people think. Underbelts think above the belt. Black belts think below the belt. So when we're doing something, we're not thinking about this. We're thinking about this. Because what happens if he throws a punch and I don't move my feet and I miss the block? But if he throws a punch and I move my feet, doesn't matter what these are doing, I'm out of the way of the punch. So now, instead of having to do this, boom, right there, under the belt. And that's in every kata unit. So, I've used you. Who's next? Any, meeny, miny, mo? Come on. Okay. Your kata was? Your number was? 6. Okay. Go to 6. 6. Go to 7. 8. And 9. Okay? Now, here's the fun part. Your attack, like I said, is always coming towards you. Sometimes it comes from the back. If you get caught from behind, then it's your fault. Okay, so now if I'm this close to him and his next move is that front kick, my students would ask me, how is he kicking me if I'm that close? Well, what's the first part of every kick? The prepare is the knee strike. So he's going to come up with the knee. Boom! And then, don't put it down yet, hold it. I'll help you get your balance off. Now, your kick is going to go where? Look where it's at. Boom! There's your kick. Knee, and then down. Just because the kick in some katas has you up there, not in Japanese katas, we don't kick all like that. This one. But that's the thing you got to look at, the strike. Now, how do you do that if I'm coming in with a punch? Go back to 6. Here it comes. Nope, you're changing your kata. Don't change your kata. Same moves. Show the next move. Without me coming. Next move is what? I'll kick right. Okay? So I'm coming in. Put it down. Here comes the punch. Go. I'm coming. Get me. Here it comes. Knee goes. Knee. The knee is there. That's your next move. The knee comes in. Right? And then, there it is. Next move after the kick. There it is. Okay? So, if I'm coming at you, you don't even have to be at that angle. You can be straight. If I'm coming at you, you see that punch. Right? Bring that knee. Do your hands stay down? Okay. So when you kick, where's your prepare for your knee? Your shape. Where's your hands go? Okay. Where's yours go? Right there? Okay. If I'm here and we get ready to throw a kick, what happens is our hands always come up. So remember, this part is still part of the kata. Don't worry about that so much because you know that part is there. The part you got to worry about is what you're not thinking about. So if I'm throwing a punch and you got the kick coming in, that covers the punch, right? So, and let me say this real fast too. Years ago, I used to get so mad at demonstrations I see guys doing because it's not realistic enough. For instance, you'll see the guy standing here and he goes, and then the guy goes, wow, 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 and then I'm like, whoa! And I'm sitting there like, really? First of all, who punches straight other than martial artists and boxers? Most people who we defend against are untrained. So this is what they're doing. And the first thing they do is, for some reason, this is right there, but it's got to go back here in order to get there. So as soon as we see this, we've already moved forward. Right? So if I'm about to punch you and you're already at that position to throw that kick, as soon as I do this, you should already have that knee coming in. And your hand is still covering your upper body. So then you throw the kick, boom, boom. Now, here's the other thing. We have middle punches. And I used to always say, why do they always say middle punches? Well, guess what? We're not punching there. We're punching here. Because you notice, once he throws the kick, in his next two punches, my body does this. So the punch is actually here. It's not up here. Punch you in the chest, why? That doesn't make sense. Same thing with a lot of the Korean style martial arts. Okay, I got a 6 degree in WTF and a 30 degree in ITF. But we have a form called choreo. You've probably seen it before. It starts out here, and then one, then kick, and then boom. Well, the first kick goes here, and then you see him shoot the next kick up here. Tournament purposes, it's pretty. It's pretty, but in real life, it's still a head kick. But what happens is when you hit that knee, the body drops. So the next kick from here goes right there. So it's boom, boom versus boom. I'm not gonna kick up there. But especially at my age. What happens when you catch my foot? What happens if I lose my balance? Now, the funny thing is, I did some ground fighting too. And a lot of things I can do standing, I can do on the ground. I'm not trying to go down there. You wanna know why? Not because I can't fight down there. No, and nothing to my age either. Yeah, I got the old, I got smart. There you go. Virgil, I trained under him for years, passed away 3 years ago. He told me, everything you do, always do it with the intent of there being more than one attack. So you go to, first of all, me and you, our size is a little different. I ain't much bigger than you, but me and him getting ready to get into a fight. I'm looking at him like, really? So now my mind is, well, if he's willing to fight me, he either knows something, got something, or got somebody. Okay? So, I gotta be prepared for, here you come, here he comes. What happens if he throws a punch first and you over there, and I go here, I'm good. But if I'm gonna do the same move, because remember I said, don't change your kata because your situation changed. How do you stop him from coming if he comes first? And still step this way if your kata tells you to go there? Well, here's the funny part about it. Most katas do the same thing on both sides. So, all you do is if it's two guys, you remember your kata. And you remember, okay, which one moves first? If I'm gonna go with an outside block over here, that means he came at me first. But if he comes at me first, and I do this, boom, done. So then I have to remember, come in, I'm going this way. There you go, so I got to keep him in between. That's why your kata tells you to go left and right. It's like, I'm right-handed. Remember that you said that earlier? But today you're left-handed, vice versa. It's the same thing. You got to be able to train both sides of it. Okay? So, now, back to your 6 moves. Boom! I'm here now. What's the next move? There you go. Hands come up, same position, boom, knee, go straight, knee here, and then the foot to my knee, right? I'm down. Next move, boom, boom. Did it change? No. Stay where you are. Moving 6. Hey, I'm behind you. Boom, let's move. Well, let me tell you a little funny thing about it. Where does your kick go now? Behind. Where's your chamber? The chamber is now going to point towards the floor. Right. It's still a front kick. You're just preparing the kick, but it came up right behind. And then you can still take the step forward because what's going to happen? Go back to your move. What you do, you chamber with that foot, but be careful, don't hit me in the groin. Boom, and then take a big step forward. Boom. Boom, boom. There it is. See? Now you got it. Remember, yin yang, everything has an equal balance. So if you're punching forward, your other hand should be going where? Behind you, which is come on, man, you ain't saying nothing. What is that move? Elbow strike, right. So when you pulling that back, I'm behind you. So you just did that. Okay. Now, prepare here. I showed you this earlier. Here, if I hand you from behind, or you hand me from behind, right? Boom. There's a prepare, but there's a strike. And then the next strike is down block, which is that. Okay? Got an idea what I'm saying now? Good, your turn. What was Kata?
Movement, sir.
Movement number, I don't know that one.
5.
Okay. That's 5? 5. So I don't know your count. Some people count 1, 2, 3. Some of them just count. That's one move. Next move. There you go. Okay. That's 5?
Yes, sir.
Okay, show me 6, 7, 8. Okay, back it up. I don't know.
Let me try again.
But I see some stuff.
I got it.
Go ahead.
Here.
All right. Go back. Next move is 6. All right.
Yes, sir.
Go back. 4, 5. Sorry. And 5. Okay. 6. 7. 8. All right. Back it up. Come at you different. Here it comes. Go. Keep going. Okay, keep going. Now, I'm going to imagine him doing this from the back side. Back it up.
Or start with
Yeah. Okay. All right. Ah! Go! Funny thing was, you missed something, but you got you did it, but you missed it. Back it up again. When I had you by the wrist, right? You threw this punch, but you did not pull that no kind of way. You should focus more on that. This right here, I'm gonna run into it if you pull it. See? You got to pull that. That's your motion. I said both ends are working. And then your next move's out. Boom, boom, boom. Okay? Now, think about natural body movement. When you hit me the first time, what is my body doing? Am I just gonna stand there and back up? No, back it up. Back it up. Go. Okay. I'm gonna slow it down. Hit it. Boom. There I am. Now, next move. Boom, boom. How you gonna do the next one? That's true too. Well, another so-called friend of mine, I call people friends of mine because I don't want to sound crazy, but he said when you're throwing that punch, don't punch straight ahead. And he's saying that because if I do this, man, relax, I'm not the picture. If I do this, now I gotta step in to get to him to do my next move. Okay? But if I do this, a slight downward motion. See what happens to his body when I hit down? He goes there right where I need him. But if I hit him here, now I got to run up and hit him. So when you're throwing that punch, you want to drop it down. Downward motion. Boom. And make him come forward. So go back to him. Okay? So when you throw that first punch, boom, right? Boom, boom. That makes me stay right there in front of him versus him chasing me down. You know, doesn't make sense. Now, I'm looking at this because I love that motion. But a lot of people mix this up. They call it spear finger strike. It can be. You can go to the net with it. Me, punch comes in, I like to go here. Right down the pipe. Because that sets me up for something like this. But if I just go, throw your other hand. But if he throws that one punch, I go, one. When he throws the other hand, it's too late. So I'm using my spear finger. Remember I said, it's also a block, it's also a strike. It can be a strike, boom, but I'd rather it blocked and slide in. Because I also can go into my knife hand block, which does what? So they're all still going to be a block. So I want you to think about every movement you do as a block, and it's going to strike on its own. With me? Did I lose anybody yet? Not really. Who's next? Sir!
I'll do something different. I'm dragging the palm off wall. Maybe like
Woo! Sounds like a plan.
a second move or third move.
Okay. I love it. I love it. I seen something on the first move. Ah! Woo! Look at that. Oh, stay there, stay there. I want them. I know they didn't see it. They didn't see it. You gotta move up a little bit when you see this. Go. Boom! Look at that. There's your strike. Keep going. Ah. See Yeah.
The rest of it, this is the.
Boom, boom. Got it. Now, same move coming from a punch. Didn't change anything. Boom, 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 boom. Didn't change anything. Now, here's the one I don't like, but I'm going to do it anyway, and I'll tell you after why I don't like it. Choke, same move. Boom. Now, I'll tell you why I don't like that choke. I watch guys, like I said, demonstration, and it irritates me. Who stands there and lets somebody do this to them?
Everybody on TV.
That's what I mean. So I can show you 50 different ways to get out of that and make it look real pretty. But guess what?
You got to use this.
Let me show you what I'm saying. Okay, from here, right? If a guy's hand is around your neck, he's not going to stand there. See the reaction? He's squeezing. So when you have time to go, there's no time for all that. So once he puts his hands around your neck and starts squeezing, that's your first reaction. So I do things based off of it. I do things based off of hand and wrist locks, wrist grabs, because sometimes when you're teaching certain people, they can't get in their mind a punch coming like this. So I'll say, okay, we're going to stand here. Like, and here's the other one. I hate this. Really? Well, back in the 50s when they had bullies grabbing people by the collar. I know you're too young for that, but nobody does that. And if you grab my shirt, all you did was make it easy for me, because I'm going to lock your hand on it and you can't do nothing else with it. And I'm just going to guide you wherever I want you to go. Simple. Okay? Ready? Boom! See that? Did y'all see the strikes? Listen, you got it? Slow it down. Boom! Boom! Next move. Boom! Boom. Now, funny thing about this too, just because Kata says go 5, 6, 7, 8, doesn't have to. You can go 5, 10, 12, 15. It doesn't matter what your next move is. The initial move is what gets you in position to get to the next move. See, like when we were playing around earlier and I had him here, the first thing he did was boom. Okay? Then we did it again. He changed it up. He did the first move and then he went into something totally different. It doesn't matter what you do after the initial move. The threat is over once you make your first move. Boom. That's your threat is over. Now, what I'm going to do here is try to find out where he's at. And while I'm busy doing that, he's got it. Okay? No hesitation. I said, once you pull a gun, you might as well shoot the person. Going to jail anyway. Brandishing a firearm is going to get you locked up, am I right? So, yeah, you might get a few more years, but come on. I mean, you're 20-something years old, and you get 10 years, and you get out, you're 30. I get out in my 60s, I ain't trying to do that. I ain't trying to do that. So, if you're going to pull a gun, you might as well shoot. So, once you make your first move, you might as well finish it. Go! Boom! 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 Did anybody see the first move? I seen you. I felt it. I'm glad you just touched me with it instead of his first move, he caught me right there. Funny thing is, when I take self-defense classes from other people, what I normally do is kind of sit back, and when they start doing it, I try to find what kata is that I know. So when it's time for me to do it, all I do is go to the kata. Versus trying to do it like he did. He said, does. I'm not getting it. Then I said, do it again. Look. That's this. Okay. Then I just go to the form. Boom. Started doing it with my eyes closed because then it changes. The guy said, okay, don't hit me, but I want you to attack. Okay? And let me know when you did it. Okay. From that point, this is when I make my move. I don't know. All I'm going to do is my kata. Double knife hand block. But if I see it coming, I might just change it something. So you do it to where it's not even something to think about. It's instinctive. Okay? This move, he has me from behind, right? Boom. That's all I did. Okay? Now, if he was a taller guy, see, that's the other thing. You got to change with the height of the person. Doesn't necessarily, from this point, now I'm here. I didn't punch him because I might have to reach up. So because he's taller, I'm going here, and I'm still doing my low block, and what I'm going to do is grab, and then I'm going to do the block. So all I did was still the same move. I just changed it because of the guy. It's still the same thing. Prepare for low block, turn the block. Strike, strike, throw. When I say they were throw, they were locks. They're all the same thing. None of the moves change. Your turn. Come on, time is getting away from you. Kyle? Okay. Okay. I got hit, I grabbed him, go to 5. Oh, there you go. Now you figured it out. See, it's like I just told you, it was a throw. So all you did from there was boom. That's your motion. It doesn't change because the guy, you don't want to, because he's here and he's dancing, you want to start pushing. No, just do the move. Step in, boom. Let's see your feet. Whoa! Okay. And then shift the hips. And that makes me go. You don't even have to pull as hard. Just shift the hips, and there I go. That's okay. It takes time. That's the thing about it. What makes it good is, no matter how many times you do it, you always find something new. I learn something new almost every day. And I'm talking about martial arts. My wife gets mad because I got a pad beside the bed. I wake up in the middle of the night like, oh shoot. I write down in a way I can think of. I don't even see what I'm writing because it's dark. But I just kind of scribble on the pad, and then I put it down, and then I try to figure out what I wrote when I wake up. I've had dreams and say, oh, that was a good move. But now I can't remember it. And then I said, okay. Every time I think about a dream, it's in black and white. It's color when I'm dreaming it, but when I go back and think, it's in black and white. So I missed something. You hear? Ah! You missing that person. That person's right there. Yeah. Bring it around. Boom. Boom. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. You just hands out again. All right. I'm over here. What happens now? Here? Here. I got you here. Exactly. It's the same, but because when punch comes in, if I decide to go here, you immediately go into your move. Next turn. Boom. Yeah.
Now, my question. I'm here. But something calls me to do my move the other direction here.
Depends on your footwork.
Say, my footwork's going, so I have to go this way.
Depends on your footwork. You can actually just turn down.
Yeah, but they're real funny on certain things.
Nope. Take the other foot and go. There you go. Just change your footwork. Because don't think about the move as you got caught doing the kata. You just happen to be at this point when somebody grabs you. My feet are side by side. You're not even in a fight yet. We're standing there, we're talking, and I'm saying to myself, you know what? Exactly. But now, the fun part about it, you still miss the strike in the kata. No, that double strike. Once I hand you here, hands down. Once I grab you here, first move is boom, and then next move. Because here's the thing about that. If you go straight to the throw, go ahead, straight to the throw, I'm going to fight you. You got to give them a little short circuit somewhere just to kind of make the what, and then by the time they think about it, boom, right there, and then before I recover, then you go into it. Every single self-defense move that I've learned has a short circuit. You remember when I said, I said inside block, And then I showed, if I come in, I went boom, right? And then instead of going right here, because I got the other hand there, I'm going boom, boom, and then boom. So I'm striking 1, 2. Now I can go into a night hand block here. Or I can go into the inside block. It's still a block, but it's a strike. So when you think about every block being a strike, instead of it just being a block. Because to me, for like me, a down block doesn't make sense. It does not make sense to do a down block. Why am I doing that? Y'all tell me? I might learn something.
I would do it to the body, that's more my thought.
But it's a strike, right? You're doing it as a strike.
So I would actually, I'm come here, just be here, but it's the same.
But that's what I'm saying. It's still
It's gonna be a strike.
it's a strike. That's what I'm saying.
Especially my
So
short arms. I
they
don't
call
know.
it a down block, but I think the reason they do that is to bring down the kids' minds.
Training purpose.
Yes. They can think this is a block, but then it's hard to undo some of those things when you get a person doing it like this for so long. And that's what I like about these type of things. You get different people to tell you the same thing a different way. Because I've had, well, I know you have children, you have children, you have children. Anybody else? I got you. How many times have you said something to your child, they don't hear you until another parent says it? It's like, wait a minute, I've been telling you this for years. So it's the same thing in class. Your instructor has told you this over and over, but you don't get it to another instructor says it to you. So that's what makes this good. You gotta open your mind and start looking at from other people's line of sight. Because you might see this, but I might see that. So when I ask kids, what is this? Oh, that's an outside block in the backstage. Okay, fine. Is it wrong? No. But I might see it differently. I'll say, how much is 5 plus 1? Everybody says 6. I didn't say 5 of what and 1 of what. So, depending upon you were taught 5 plus 1 is 6. But what if I say 5 plus 1 hand? Now we at 10. So 5 and 1 is now 10. Is it wrong? No, it's just how it's been explained. That's all. Sometimes you see a bug, you squash that bug. Sometimes you just spray it. Both ways killed it. Neither way was wrong. It's just how you apply it. Sometimes that you got to do it quick. Sometimes it's something slow. You can run and grab. You ever try to stump on a spider? It's kind of hard to do it the first time because those things got spidey senses and they move. And if you miss, sometimes my mindset is, if I miss it, joke's on me, I'm going to lose it. So if I got time to run and grab something to spray it with, then I'm going to spray it, and that's it. So neither way was wrong. It's just depending upon how you apply it. I was cutting my grass 2 weeks ago, riding. I ride around. I look over, and there was a snake. The thing about it was a half a snake because I ran over it and didn't even know it. But it scared me. I was like, whoa. But sometimes you gotta have your eyes closed in order for it to work. Because if I would have seen it, I probably would have tried to run over it and missed. So I didn't miss. It's funny how that worked out, but it's the same thing with your kata. Look at it from every move you do. Go back to the first kata, first couple moves, and just work on that for a while. And I guarantee you, when you get that, everything else is going to come to you easily. There's guys out there who say they know one kata. They've been studying for 40 years, 50 years. They've only learned one kata. But you ask them everything about it, they can tell you. And then you can take another kata and show it to them, and they'll break it down because it's still the same moves. It's the same thing. We just change it up a little bit. We change this block to this block. We change this turn to this turn. Okay, the kata says front kick. We learned, the first kick we ever learned was a front kick. I don't know about y'all. But when we go to tournaments, guess what? We don't use the front kick. So it's like, why are we learning this kick if we're not going to use it? Real life, we're not going to do no side, side, side. Go. Oh, what? You hit him in the head, you get 2 points. That means in real life, you hit him in the head, you get what? You killed him twice? Or you knocked him out twice? You know, so when I touch you, I want to make every time I touch you hurt. Everything I do needs to hurt. Punch again, please. Bang! I want that to hurt. Okay. Bang! Bang! I want that to hurt. Okay. Now it's going to go over there when I do it. But he's going to turn back around for me. And when he does, boom! Right into what I need him to go. Okay. Then I can go into here, 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 here. Good. Step forward and punch. All I'm going to do is this. Or now he can reach and punch. He can try to punch me. Every time I feel his body move. Now this is one of the ones Hunter Abel taught us to teach officers control, or bouncers, should I say. You can walk about the door like this. He's gonna go wherever I want him to go. If he resists, you just nice. Go there. Which way you want to go? I want to go this way. You want to go that way? Go that way. See? No matter what, I got it. He tries to punch me. That's a slight little. Keep him going to jail as a bouncer. Because if I break it, I'm gonna get sued. I think. But if you sue me, you know what you're gonna get? Practice suing people, because you got nothing to give. All you're gonna get is practice. Okay? Grab here. Watch this, Joe. I went this way this time. But instead, I'm gonna go down into a low block. It's still the same motion. And with this one, why is this hand here? Just in case you decide to do something crazy, I'm covered. But all I did was this. Boom, boom. Or I can go into that motion. Right? Hand here. It's just a nice little chop. Feel that? Feel that? Step forward punch. And then I just use my stance. That one. Turn the hips and down he goes. Now if you do it fast, it works a little bit differently, but I'll try to do it slow. Then you got the hot keto versus aikido thing you need times two. Hot keto, small circle. Aikido, big circle. That's the only difference between the two, believe it or not. If you look at their moves, they're all the same thing, just Koreans for some reason try to be smarter than everybody else. They steal people's stuff and then call it their own by changing just a little bit. What is Taekwondo? Korean karate. What is Hapkido? Korean aikido. Same thing. Anybody got any questions? I think it's time for this thing to be over. Any questions? Did I give you a little something?
You gave us a lot of time.
I just want to, my thing is, as long as you get a little something out of it, I'm fine with it. Just a little something to play with. Gives you different outlooks. I'm not saying I'm the authority. Your instructor still is the man. Just look at a little bit of things. Little things a little different. Yes, there you go. Another kata. It was so easy for me to go from Taekwondo to Shotokan because the katas are the same darn moves. I was sitting there like, that's all that is? Okay, good, got it. And then I do it, and they say, how do you learn that so fast? Same pattern. Same pattern. Okay?
Yes.
Block and block, punch and punch, kick and kick. I appreciate y'all coming and spending your time with me.